Discover why this country's welcoming stance towards immigrants raises the crucial question. Can it sustain this generosity? What are the pivotal factors influencing the country's capacity to sustain immigrants both economically and socially? We delve into the intricate balance between welcoming immigrants and fiscal responsibility. This country wants immigrants, but can it afford them? Explore the economic and social implications of immigration policies, probing whether the nation's desire for diversity aligns with its financial capabilities. Through expert insights and real-life narratives, uncover the challenges and opportunities facing both immigrants and the host country. Before we begin, ensure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Now, let's dive into the video. Canada, a nation known for its open doors to immigrants, is experiencing an unprecedented surge in its population, outstripping even the growth rates of major G7 counterparts. This surge, largely driven by immigration policies, has placed immense pressure on the country's social safety net, revealing cracks in what was once seen as a model system. While Canada prides itself on its reputation for providing shelter, food, and healthcare, there are growing concerns that these promises are increasingly difficult to fulfill, especially for newcomers. The influx of immigrants, encompassing temporary workers and international students, has placed significant strain on Canada's infrastructure, laying bare deficiencies in its capacity to accommodate the expanding populace. Despite deliberate endeavors to elevate immigration as a strategy to offset dwindling birth rates and fortify the economy, the actual circumstances unveil a multifaceted scenario. The landscape is marked by housing scarcities, escalating food insecurity, and stretched healthcare resources, all contributing to a mounting array of challenges confronting both immigrants and native residents alike. While immigration has been championed as a solution to demographic shifts and economic vitality, the practical realities paint a more intricate picture. Housing shortages have become acute, leaving many newcomers and existing residents needing help to secure affordable accommodation. Moreover, rising food insecurity has emerged as a pressing concern, as individuals and families find it increasingly difficult to access nutritious meals. Additionally, strains on healthcare services have become palpable, with longer wait times and limited access to essential medical care. These challenges underscore the need for comprehensive solutions that address the interconnected issues of housing, food security, and healthcare accessibility. As Canada grapples with the implications of its immigration policies, it becomes increasingly evident that sustainable strategies are essential to ensuring the well-being of both newcomers and established communities. Canada's accessible healthcare system has long been a source of national pride and a cornerstone of its appeal. However, recent shifts in population dynamics have intensified demands on healthcare services, compounding existing shortages of both family doctors and specialists. Despite the advantages of Canada's single-payer system, such as efficiency and accessibility, certain regions, notably Quebec, are confronting severe shortages of medical professionals, resulting in notable deficiencies in patient care. The strain on Canada's healthcare system is evident in prolonged wait times for appointments and treatments, as well as challenges in accessing specialized care. These issues are particularly pronounced in areas where the demand for medical services exceeds the available supply of healthcare providers. In Quebec, the shortage of family doctors and specialists has reached critical levels, prompting concerns about the quality and adequacy of patient care. Moreover, the need for more medical professionals has implications beyond immediate healthcare delivery. It can also exacerbate disparities in health outcomes, as individuals in underserved regions may face barriers to accessing timely and comprehensive medical care. Additionally, the shortage of healthcare providers can contribute to increased workload and burnout among existing medical staff, further straining the healthcare system's capacity to meet growing demands. Addressing the challenges facing Canada's healthcare system requires comprehensive solutions that prioritize the recruitment and retention of medical professionals, particularly in regions experiencing acute shortages. Additionally, investments in healthcare infrastructure and innovative approaches to healthcare delivery are essential to ensuring equitable access to quality care for all Canadians, regardless of their geographic location. The housing crisis is another critical issue exacerbated by the influx of immigrants. Decades of underinvestment in housing infrastructure, coupled with speculative practices such as house flipping, have created a perfect storm where demand far outstrips supply. International students, in particular, face dire housing situations, with many forced to live in substandard accommodations due to exorbitant rental prices and limited availability. Food insecurity, once perceived as a remote problem, has emerged as a pressing issue in urban centers throughout Canada. In cities like Calgary, traditionally known for their affordability, the confluence of escalating food prices and stagnant wages has propelled a growing number of individuals and families toward dependency on food banks to fulfill their basic needs. This distressing trend is exacerbated by the exorbitant cost of living, rendering it increasingly challenging for vulnerable populations, including immigrants, to attain essential provisions. The prevalence of food insecurity underscores the widening gap between the cost of living and household incomes, particularly in urban areas where the strain on resources is most acute. Despite efforts to maintain affordability, the rising costs of housing, utilities, and transportation have outpaced income growth, leaving many households struggling to afford nutritious meals. For immigrants, who often face additional barriers to economic stability, the impact of food insecurity can be particularly severe. Limited access to well-paying jobs, language barriers, and unfamiliarity with local resources further compound their challenges in securing an adequate food supply. As a result, many immigrant families find themselves disproportionately affected by food insecurity, grappling with the harsh reality of hunger despite their aspirations for a better life in Canada. The reliance on food banks as a stopgap measure highlights the systemic inequities that perpetuate food insecurity, pointing to the need for comprehensive solutions that address underlying issues of poverty, employment, and social support. By investing in initiatives that promote economic empowerment, improve access to affordable housing, and strengthen social safety nets, Canada can work towards creating a more inclusive society where all individuals have the opportunity to access nutritious food and thrive. The strain on Canada's social safety net extends beyond housing and healthcare to encompass employment opportunities and overall quality of life. International students, drawn to Canada's reputation for security and stability, frequently encounter difficulties in securing meaningful employment and meeting basic needs. The allure of a better life in Canada is progressively overshadowed by the harsh realities of economic insecurity and restricted avenues for progress. Despite Canada's appeal as a destination for education and opportunity, international students often find themselves navigating a challenging landscape upon graduation. Limited access to employment opportunities, exacerbated by factors such as language barriers and lack of Canadian work experience, hinders their ability to establish themselves in the workforce. Many are forced to contend with precarious employment situations, including low-paying jobs that fail to provide financial stability or opportunities for career advancement. The promise of a better life in Canada, once a driving force behind immigration and educational pursuits, is increasingly clouded by economic uncertainty and disillusionment. The gap between expectations and realities becomes stark as international students confront the stark realities of economic insecurity and limited prospects for upward mobility. Despite their aspirations for success and prosperity in Canada, many find themselves grappling with the harsh realities of underemployment, financial strain, and diminished quality of life. Addressing the challenges faced by international students requires a multifaceted approach that addresses barriers to employment, enhances support services, and promotes inclusive economic opportunities. By fostering an environment that values the contributions of international talent and provides pathways for their integration into the workforce, Canada can uphold its reputation as a welcoming and opportunity-rich nation. In response to these challenges, Canada's government has announced plans to reduce the number of temporary residents by 20% over the next 3 years. However, whether these measures will be sufficient to alleviate the strain on the country's social infrastructure remains to be seen. As Canada continues to grapple with the complexities of immigration and population growth, the need for innovative solutions and sustainable policies becomes increasingly urgent. Despite the challenges, there remains a sense of optimism and resilience among Canadians. The commitment to social programs and nation building is evident, with many advocating for increased funding and efficiency to address the evolving needs of a diverse population. As Canada navigates the impact of immigration on its social safety net, getting policies right becomes paramount in ensuring a prosperous and equitable future for all. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we drop new videos. Until next time, take care and farewell.